Hey guys, welcome to Good News York.
Yes, it's Wednesday. You're getting better.
Hump Day?
Yeah,
Is that a thing?
I guess. I mean, I'm kind of,
Become a thing.
I feel like it wasn't on my radar until like 10 years ago. I started
What?
hearing Hump Day.
That's like a 90s thing.
Is it?
The Geico commercial?
Well, with the camel, the camel.
They really put some boost behind it, but it was a thing before.
Yeah, all right. Well, it is. That's what it is. It's Wednesday.
It's true.
And we got our good buddy coming in, and I'm pumped about that.
I'm excited. We got two good buddies. I got here for you today on Good News York. If you saw yesterday's show, you should have an idea what's coming up. We were with our buddy Ryan Niemiller talking about this awesome comedy show that he's going to be on in Utica.
Yeah.
And we got the folks that are going to tell you more about that. So
yeah,
stick around. We'll pull them in here and have some good news.
Coming up next, right here on Good News York.
All right, guys, welcome back. We are here with our very good friends. We got Phil Farda and the lovely Helly Beer here in person. I'm very
pumped.
excited.
A clip for that.
For those who don't know, Phil here is my podcast bestie, and I've never done anyone without him before. So it was weird. I felt like I was cheating on Phil when we started the show with Mike.
Peace, and tough shoes to fill.
We're here to talk about a lot of cool things. I'm excited for a lot of people to learn about your business, Phil, because everybody knows Phil as the comedian. The reality is he's a brilliant businessman, and he's turned entertainment into a full-time job, not just for himself, but a whole group of people.
Absolutely.
And, I think that's pretty awesome.
Nice of you.
Well, you were talking about how Phil is your podcast bestie. Phil is my stand-up comedy bestie.
Yeah, I go back further with Mike, to be honest.
The first guy I started with was Phil, and then that kid Blair, who I don't know where he is. Is he alive?
He's doing really well. He's doing forestry now. Oh, he's done with lawn care. He's doing forestry.
Oh,
He moves quick, yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, man.
I started with you, Phil. I don't know how to explain this, but I think you'll get it. Like when you're in a band with somebody, or you work in some sort of creative project with somebody, there's a bond that happens for the rest of your life. And I'm being serious. It's like
Called an NDA.
a non-disclosure agreement.
No.
Oh, right. Well, there's that part of it too. But I've always had this tremendous bond with Phil because we started together on the front lines. We didn't know what we
Do
were
you
doing.
remember? So
Oh, boy.
I did the open
sorry.
mic, right? You were hosting the open mic.
Yeah.
Got my first show, about 200 people. Went on stage. The mic didn't work. It just didn't work. It pulled out of the wall or failed or something. Shit. I mean, I really ate shit. And then I went backstage, like at the back of the club, and I cried. You came back and gave me a pep talk. Do you remember that?
I don't.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you were really sweet. You came back and you were like, "Hey, man, it happens to everybody. It's okay." Like, it's just a fucking pep talk, you know?
Where did this
That
go?
made me keep going because I can't do that every night. That was,
I know.
dude.
Well, I think the reason I don't remember is because I don't ever remember seeing you bomb. You were just so
Sweet.
good right
Thanks,
from the
man.
beginning.
It was my first time. Everything went wrong. It was a nightmare.
I
And-
know.
Well, that's how you close the
That's
pep
what-
talk. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. I mean, look, I loved you. I was like, this kid is so funny.
You were
and-
great, man.
and-
When you were hosting that mic, I was like, "Oh, this guy's really, really good,
Well,
polished, funny."
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, maybe you were great." If I didn't see somebody doing it well, I don't know that I would have kept going.
I saw it in you right from the start. You inspired me too, man.
Oh,
And
that's
I
sweet.
I love you, buddy. So that's a little love on the show
Like a-
here.
If I
mentor.
could,
I'm
if I could
glad-
hike,
I
I'd reach
can't
over
reach.
this
Yeah,
table,
no,
but I
it's
Please
can't.
don't.
Set up our bobblehead.
I didn't dust him.
Bob Ross is
Yeah,
my favorite.
that's right.
Nixon Marvell.
Do you want the Bob Ross?
Steal their shit.
Oh, let's do it.
Mike, hand me the Bob Ross.
Today is my brother's birthday, and
Oh,
Bob
shit.
is his favorite.
Well, it came with
I'm
an
not really
easel,
just
but I
stealing shit.
lost it.
Mhm.
Or like,
Among many things that we're here to talk about is this show that you've got coming up with the awesome Ryan Niemiller, who we had
Yeah.
the privilege of talking to.
So you guys just had him on, yeah.
he's great.
We made it very clear, by the way, that Mike was already booking Ryan to do the show
That is true.
before you booked him on this event. So it just happened to work together
Perfect.
nicely.
How did you time that? He told me that. He said, "Oh, I'm doing Matt's show." I was like, because I thought it was because of this. And I was like, they got you quick, dude. They got you within like 20 minutes.
He reached out to us first.
Wonderful.
We're just starting, and to me, this guy's a celebrity.
He's a big,
Yeah.
big star now.
So I was like, Jesus Christ, my first week, and I got an email from this Ryan Niemiller from AGT to be on, and I was like, yeah, man, we're not really up and running yet, but we'll get you on as soon as we can.
Dude, yeah, it's a pep talk led to
Yeah,
that.
full circle.
Matt mentioned you set up a show with him. I was like, well, fuck yeah. So I wrote him back. I said, we're up and running. Your show's going. Let's do it.
I would love to give you the history of Ryan real quick. He was friends with Will Phillips, who was also on the show that we're doing. He's like, "Oh, my buddy Ryan's real funny. You should put him on." He was touring everywhere. He's the hardest working dude in comedy. So he would come to Utica area about once a year. I would put together 6-7 shows for him. We'd do a run. And we did that for about 6 years. The shows would vary. Some would have 30 people. Some would have 100. It was just like local comedy at that point. Nobody knew him. And we had some crazy, we did like an abandoned mall. We did a failed restaurant. We did a lot of great comedy spots. Last show we did was Nicole's in Camden, and now defunct restaurant. And he leaned into us before the show. He's like, listen, I can't really tell anybody this, but I'm going to share it with you guys. I got America's Got Talent. And we were like, that's amazing, dude. Because that's just a good career thing, no matter what. Not even assuming that he was going to become a finalist. You just think you're on the show, you get the exposure. He is funny enough. He definitely could have won the whole thing for sure. But he tell us, so we're excited, and then it airs and everything goes on. He explodes, goes like 1 million followers. And I'm like, hey, everybody in Utica loves you, man. And he's like, hey, since we ran these tours all these years, can I come back and do a show? And at that point, he could have did theaters and shit, man. You know what I mean? And I would have totally understood. He could have done anything else. And instead of doing theaters, we did 4 shows at Cavallo's.
That's amazing.
We sold out the banquet room 4 times, and it was dope. He gave back because that paid our mortgage for the year. That was a great time.
I think that's the first time I saw him.
Yeah,
he actually talked about that. He said, when you get on AGT, become more of a star. He's like, but I still wanted to go back and do small comedy clubs and things like that.
Because he could have been like, thanks for nothing, and never talk to me again, and I would have understood.
What's that Halloween place that pops up in abandoned places? That's what Phil is.
Spirit Halloween.
Yes, Phil is the Spirit Halloween of comedy.
Yes.
He just pops up in abandoned restaurants, and I love that.
I had to pick him up. We were doing a show in Messina. My car breaks down. I got to go to the airport, get him at Hancock, right? So I go to Syracuse. I got a rental minivan. It's a blizzard out. It's the worst day of the year. The temperature was -43.
And it was May, by the way.
We get to the car. I'm watching him struggle with his bags because I don't want to be like, you need a hand.
Right.
I'm like, he's perfectly capable. I'm just going to let him carry his own shit. Because you know what I mean?
There's a line.
It's just a dude. You don't focus on the disability in any way. So he carries the shit all the time. He doesn't need my help. We got frostbite going from the car, loading all this equipment. It's going to be a great show, but it was a nightmare. He'll never forget that. The coldest day I've ever experienced.
That's insane.
Heck, the mall was completely abandoned. There was a Wendy's and then just a warehouse. Like a place where you would do drugs. They filled it with chairs, and we set up the show, and it was a hit.
That's
the guy that ran the show. His name's Elijah. He's still around. He got divorced, I think. His life's in shambles.
His wife was like, I'm not dealing with this.
That was pre-AGT, by the way. Too.
Yeah, it's so great.
It doesn't bother anybody in Messina.
But shout out to anybody that sees some success and then is humble and returns. Tickets are already selling good for the show. The room we're in sells 200. Hopefully we could sell that out.
The show that Phil is talking about is Ryan E. Miller, the great Phil Farda, Will Phillips, who we both know and love. Friday, March 21st, 8 p.m. at the Burstone Inn, Stone Road,
so
in Utica, New York.
So it's a hotel. They got a banquet room. The beer garden is a bar attached to the front of that.
Cool.
So it's all connected. First event there.
We're going to give away tickets if that's okay.
Yeah, we're going to give away.
Do that for sure.
Will they tell us the legend of the great Burstone?
What is the? Well, I just thought that was your birthstone. I didn't know. I thought Burstone was your birthstone. But
Burstone.
We'll talk about it another time.
This place?
There's a lot of Burstones. There's an animal hospital, the road, an ice cream.
Medical department.
Yeah, they had to come from.
Oh, you were serious? Oh shit! I don't know the legend of Burstone.
Somewhere there's got to be a stone.
I like you saying Burstone instead of Burstone because isn't
more
it fun?
fancy, right?
Yeah. It's like if you want it to appeal to the upper, you say it's on Burstone Road.
That's how you pronounce it.
That's right.
But we should also give some love to Josh Wilbur. He's on the. He's also a comedian.
He's a comedian, great, funny dude. He's also one of our trivia hosts. He hosts 2 of our absolutely jam-packed trivia nights every Monday and Thursday. It's part of why he's on the show. I was like, he's going to bring a lot of people.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Josh
your
Wilbur.
honesty. Yeah.
Let's put him on there. Yeah.
The dude is legitimately funny. I've enjoyed any of the shows that
he's a good dude.
And love his trivia nights, which we should mention. So we're talking a lot about these comedy things, but really your kind of everyday operation is this stage time trivia, right?
Yeah, the bread and butter, man. And that one I owe to Will Phillips a lot because he was the first trivia host that I saw hosting. He was doing comedy with trivia, and I was like, oh, this is fun. I don't even like trivia.
It's stand-up.
Yeah, you're in front of a crowd. You have a script to follow loosely. You can kind of riff on it. He killed it. I was like, oh, this is a brand. You want to team up and make this a brand? And he was like, okay, what's it pay? And I was like, it's going to pay good. It's going to pay okay. We're doing great. We're in 8 locations weekly in the Utica area. We got one in Syracuse now. We're at Aloft. We've been there for a while. We have 62 locations nationwide that run our game.
That's amazing.
So doing all right.
StagetimeTrivia.com, is that
That's the website. We offer a content subscription service. Matt helped me design. He built the original website.
Genius.
Go figure, right?
That's the thing where I mentioned at the top how Phil is a genius in business. He had this great bar trivia business going around town, and you see these all over the country. He had this idea, how can we take this and expand beyond what I can physically go to every day?
Yeah.
Their secret sauce is the actual comedy. A lot of folks might not know it's not random like Trivial Pursuit questions. You guys actually write a custom full package every week of multiple rounds and topical things, and that content
That's awesome.
is gold. So
The picture round is always my favorite because you never know if you're going to get something, on the naughty side.
We'll have like 10
Yeah.
different balls. You got to
Nice.
identify the testicles.
I love that.
Old testicle
The
test.
porn star.
See, that's why I love this business model specifically for you, because okay, so this is your bread and butter. You don't even like trivia, right? But it's not like you're sitting there going, yeah, I got to do this to pay the bills, and then I do stand up. It's scratching that stand up itch for you. You're still performing. I think it's the perfect gig for
this
someone
is it
like you.
for sure, man. Comedy's somewhat taking a back seat to
Yes.
this.
Well, yeah.
Just explains my depression now.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
just
right.
sunken into the
Makes me-
couch.
But for me, like looking at it that way, I think it would scratch that itch for me. Where I don't
great.
necessarily think that the stand up's taking a back seat. I think it's another form. Like you're doing stand up, you're just doing it as the host of a trivia thing. I think it's great.
Yeah, great.
Man.
Yeah, you get a built-in crowd.
For
it's
sure.
It's almost like if you did comedy with an audience and good pay.
Right.
It's like, this is
Yeah.
great,
Right.
man. This is a great way to go.
This is what it could be like.
That was the original business plan. I was going to pitch this to comics as a way
For
to
stage
improve,
time.
make some money, pick up gigs on weeknights where you normally would not have
almost
any
did it.
work. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
Pitched it to me, and the
there's-
only reason I didn't
there's so
is
many
because
bars.
I was really heavily considering taking that leap.
Yeah. There's a lot of great folks.
What we learned was comics are lazy and
Yes.
flaky and terrible people, really. So
Yeah.
we just
Rotten.
started selling it to bars. So
Yeah.
Listen, if there's ever a more honorable customer, it's a bar.
yeah, we need them.
Yeah.
So let's say we're a bar, preferably a gay bar. We want to do the stage time trivia thing. Take me through it. What's
Sure,
a little
real
bit of the
easy,
process?
man. So you're going to visit StagetimeTrivia.com. The website is undergoing a facelift right now, so that's going to look different shortly. But there's a free game download. There's a try it free button. You can click that. Try a free game. You just print it out. It'll give you all the materials, questions, handouts, instructions, everything. We have an online tutorial on there as well. Teach you how to run the game. Pretty
That's
easy
awesome.
to walk through. If you like it, you want to keep running it every week, you subscribe. It's $100 a month. Works out to be less than $25 a game. And every Sunday we email you a complete new game. Got some topical questions on there, all original content. And it's not all testicles, by the way. Mostly testicles, but it's
Yeah.
not all testicles.
It's
So
like, here you go.
The real problem that it solves is creating the game. People
Right.
will start a trivia night and they'll come up with questions. After the first 2 weeks, you're like, this takes a ton of time
Yeah.
to come up with good questions. You got to create the handouts. There's graphic design involved, a lot of stuff to do. That could take 6 hours, put a full whole game together. If you got a bar or if you're hosting, you have other stuff you got to do. So that part's done. The work's done for you.
How do you find new material, like new questions and things like
Well,
that?
so Phillips is our head writer. He does all the content creation. We source some questions from the internet. We utilize ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just lay like, I wonder.
This would be a great question.
Yeah, I wonder if Napoleon had
Sure.
how many wives he had, or so you think of something and it becomes trivia. So
I love it.
It's not the typical cookie cutter trivia questions. You can play one of those games and I'll get a couple of questions. They're like, oh, I know that. And you'll get another one that's just like, why?
they're typically
Yeah.
too hard. People are like, oh, this sucks. I don't
Yeah.
know anything.
Yeah.
So we find just the right balance.
Sure.
It's for bars too. It's for like guys like us,
Yeah.
idiots, stupid,
Morons.
fat idiots.
Yeah.
So it's for
Wait a minute.
Well, you're the smartest idiot.
That's right.
smelly, dumb, stupid.
Ugly.
That's our customer.
I will say last time I played at the Aloft, I won the game.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Oh.
I think I got a free gift.
Was it
certificate.
that one?
I found that with karaoke in my travels and performing over the year, karaoke and trivia has this sect of culture. And I'm asking if you've encountered this, where there's people that show up every week and they are very serious about that.
Diehards. Yeah.
Die hard. You got that? You
Oh,
get
we
that?
get it. Yeah, yeah. It's part of what makes the business work. Oh no, our guys are cool. Our
Yeah.
regulars are cool. But yeah, at a typical trivia night, people do take it too seriously. We discourage that. We use comedy to do that. Stop being an idiot, smart
It's
asshole.
meant to be fun.
Yeah.
You're drinking, you're
It's
hanging
meant
out
to-
with your friends.
yeah.
You
You
don't
got
want to
It's
leave
not that
feeling
serious.
stupid.
Yeah, I love the diehards.
So we should talk to this lovely young lady who's
Absolutely.
sitting right next to us. Scoot right up to the mic there, Todd.
Can I
So
switch
am
the
I.
mic
Yeah,
to
you can
her?
do that
Oh,
too.
that
It's
works
even
better. Yeah, because I'm not going to reach this table.
Little.
Little
Our
one.
good friend Kelly here has recently joined the ranks of the business. Well, it's been how long since you opened?
Almost,
Wow.
I opened April 1st.
Tell folks what you do and please.
Well, I'm a licensed esthetician. I worked for the state for 20 years and hated my life
Hmm.
and decided to go back to school.
She was a corrections
Yeah,
officer.
I did work at the prison with the sex offenders. So I got fed up with the day-to-day, the mundane, and went back to school. It was a 4-month program.
Good for you.
It was like super convenient, appealed to my ADHD, like quick, done, to the point. Like you don't got to mess with all the extracurriculars and shit. I decided that after that, most estheticians don't do this, and I don't recommend it for anyone. But I jumped right into it and opened my own place. I'm located within a larger entity, which appeals to my more witchy side. I get to
Yeah.
do the holistic kind of stuff. I work out of a New Attitude in Barneveld, which is a very small town, but I love it. I like being the local hometown esthetician.
Yeah.
And I can also offer the infrared sauna and the halo salt therapy room. We even got a 2-person giant salt tank float, anti-gravity. It's
Esthetician.
wild.
Look at this.
You
Yeah.
Like,
look great.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
yes,
dude,
men
yeah.
can come
look at
and
this.
get their face. Stop using
You're
your
glowing.
shampoo.
You are glowing.
What is this?
I
Never-
even rub his
yeah,
head.
cool.
I do his head too.
Phil?
It's nice to get your beard all cleaned out and
It's-
stuff. You
I-
wouldn't believe the funk.
You
I'll say this:
sometimes.
I've never considered it as a man ever to go and get spa treatment.
Oh no,
Oh,
absolutely.
dude, no, it's glorious. I was
It's
like, oh,
the
my
best, yeah.
friend's open a place. Let me go check it. Oh, it's beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she does waxing. I mean, why don't you list your services?
I can do pretty much
You list your
anything.
services.
I do all natural lash lift and tints. I'm a more natural girly myself. I can't deal with the extensions.
Okay.
It's too much upkeep. I could do that too. I don't want to sit there for 3 hours monkeying with lashes one by
No.
one. The
No.
lash lift and tints appeal to me. I do waxing, a whole
Oh, boy.
slew of facials. I like the science part of it. I like the gadgets. I like learning about the science behind it all and how it works. So I do chem peels and nano needling. I would love to do micro needling, but New York State won't allow us to do it. They
Oh.
kind of revoked that on us.
If,
But
by the way, if
anything
you don't
that-
know what
yeah.
she's talking about,
What does that do for
it's
you?
okay.
We're the 3
Yeah.
best guys you could talk
Is
to
that
about
like,
this.
is that like acupuncture?
Acupuncture is more like trying to target a specific nerve. Nano needling, micro needling, you're trying to really, as we age, we lose our collagen and everything. So we want to really preserve that by creating these micro injuries in the skin.
Oh.
It's like when you get a deep tissue massage.
I see.
You're trying to
Mm.
purposely inflame the area,
Oh.
but I do it within a nice sterile environment.
So I never had one in my life. You go to Barneveld, right? You walk in the door. This place smells amazing, dude. It's lavender
And
and
eucalyptus.
smells amazing.
I love
don't know
it
if you
already.
I don't know if you smelled Kelly. She smells like this.
feel
You
like
go in
Hugh
the spa.
Hefner.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
spa. It's very warm, and you get in there. You start sweating. You sweat out all the gunk.
The
It's a dry
toxin.
sauna. So
Okay.
it's, but
Ooh.
yeah,
And then
you meant to
you-
sweat and detox in
You get in there, and that lasts for 20 minutes or something.
30 minutes.
You last until you think you're going to die. It's unbearable.
Yeah.
And it feels like the depths of hell. And then when you open the door, you get hit with cool air, and you're totally refreshed
Wow.
and
Wait.
revived.
Can we shoot the 3 of us going there?
Oh, yeah.
We'll
Mhm.
do the full.
Yeah.
The full.
You guys can
whatever.
I do
try
it
each
once a
one of the
month.
services.
Nanos.
My
Yeah, we're in.
facials are anywhere from an
We're
hour
in
to
it.
an hour and a
But
half.
once you get in the facial, you go in this smaller room. It's like a bed that you lay, but it's a bed chair thing. And you get in
Okay.
there. It's the most comfortable chair I've ever been in my
Oh.
entire life.
3 layers of foam.
3
Wow.
layers of foam.
Hand caught.
That's a lot of foam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're in there, you're looking up at Kelly, right?
Right.
Which that's already pretty good.
Yeah.
He's the only one that keeps his eyes open, and I keep telling him, please don't do that. I'm very meticulous, but I might
Just
get
like-
soap in your eyes.
It's
I'm like,
splashing into my eyes and
you
shit.
can close your eyes, Phil, and relax.
I don't want to.
It's so
Yeah.
relaxing. I've fallen asleep in the setup multiple times. It starts with this face scrub, and then there's a massage thing, and that you don't know what's happening, but you're feeling like lotions and fucking. There's a towel. Tell them about the towel.
Oh, the hot towel.
God,
Yeah,
the
everybody likes
towel.
the hot towel. Everybody likes the hot
are
towels.
everything. When I go to the
Yeah.
barber, that's
Yeah.
the best part.
Yeah.
She's got so many hot
I go
towels.
through like 6 of them.
and they're
per
so
facial.
hot. It feels like you need to go to the hospital
Okay.
afterwards. It's just
Yeah.
so hot. It burns. It's like your skin starts to peel off.
Oh
dude.
my God.
Like that scene
I
from
try
Indiana
to shake it
Jones.
off,
Yeah.
but sometimes I
Oh.
like to burn them on purpose.
It's so nice. And then
Wow.
Yeah.
sometimes I have to ask her to show me what she's using because I'll feel something
Yeah.
and I'm like, what is
I
this
try to
thing?
show people now. You
Right,
know
right,
what I
right.
mean? I
I'm like,
explain what it does. It's the ultrasonic skin scrubber, which I love.
What's this?
Yeah.
It's on your face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry
Oh,
about
it's
it.
so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
You don't need to understand it. That's what I'm
Yeah.
telling you. It's
Yeah.
so glorious and relaxing.
Is it all sorts of different processes, or is it one full
Yeah,
like,
so my number one seller, and this is probably because I like to do custom facials.
The
So
full
I can
Farda
really gear
package.
it towards anything.
selling
So
those for a while.
I can use any of my modalities like my high frequency wand or the ultrasonic
Sure.
skin scrubber, or, which I call the BT Micro because that's the brand that makes it that I like. I could do a vast variety of things and I customize it all the way through.
What
The
would you do
different-
differently from one person to another?
Oh my God, are you kidding? There's so many different skin
It's
types. But this is where my ADHD comes as a perk
I'm with-
in this job because everybody has a different routine. Not everybody is going to go home and want to do a 10-step skincare routine. For
Right.
those people, I try to find things, keep it as simple and basic, like all-in-one creams, so I can make recommendations. I'll go all out in the treatment room because that's what they're there for. But as far as like home care and that sort of stuff, you know, I try to make recommendations based
That's
on
awesome.
their lifestyle, diet. I mean, there's so many different
Wow.
factors.
So there's
that
a
come into play.
consultation.
Oh God, yeah,
Yeah.
very big on the consultation. Yes, very big.
And-
And my regulars that come in, you know, I know them. I usually ask, has there been any significant changes? But yeah, I always creep people out because if you got breakouts in this lower chin
Sure.
area, I'm like, you got your period, don't you?
Oh, of course.
You're gonna get it soon, huh?
I
And
ain't
they're
had
like,
your period.
They're like, how the hell do you know? And I'm like, well, it's in this little area. You got GI issues going on. How's your diet?
Oh, yeah.
Like I can tell by it's face.
Could you look at our skin and be like IBS?
No, not
Oh.
that.
Not right.
Of your skin, not your
Yeah,
face.
yeah. But usually, you know,
And
people
so
ask me.
everything you do is skin based. Do you do anything with hair or massage, anything like that? I
No,
don't.
there's so many different technicians and things that New York State really doesn't like us to bleed into anything else, and they're very strict. That's why I can't do the microneedling right now
Oh,
because
okay.
it's more of a medical
Oh.
thing at the moment. Although I can do anything with the epidermis. Your skin is your biggest organ. It covers your whole body.
Right.
That's
So
true.
really, it's all in how I word things. I can't necessarily offer a hair treatment, but I can offer a scalp treatment.
I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
My scalp has
Yeah.
never been nice.
Dude, you look 3 weeks younger.
It feels good.
He's
Yeah.
been brave enough. We've done a couple of
I-
chem peels
I
on
let
this
her do
little dark spot
anything.
right here.
You actually do
Where's
look
that?
good, though. I haven't
Yeah.
seen you in a while. You look
What's,
good.
You should look at his nose. It's
Yep.
weird.
All
Mhm.
right. Don't
If
threaten me with you.
somebody's a regular customer and they really want to take good care, how often is that? Do they come to
That's-
see you weekly, monthly?
I was just gonna ask.
How's that work?
Once a month.
Okay.
If I have clients that are really consistent with their skincare, I usually have them come once every 6 weeks. But I also take their budget into consideration too. I understand you got responsibilities, and
Yeah.
I'm a luxury. I
Yeah.
get that. It's really healthcare, but
Sure.
not everybody can be afforded that luxury to
Yes, right.
take care of themselves. I'm telling you, the self-care aspect of it, I see such a difference in my clients when they finally start paying attention to themselves for
Yeah.
once. A lot of them are moms. They got busy lives. They're working. They're finally at that point in their career where they got true responsibilities too. It's like tug and pull, and usually you let yourself go.
Yeah.
One day you wake up and you're like, oh shit, I look old.
So is
I should do
Yeah.
something about that.
I've been going through that. Is the idea to kind of intervene on the aging process, or is it just more of a look good, feel good, a mixture of everything?
It depends on person.
Okay.
My spiel is healthy skin. I
Yeah.
just want you to have healthy skin. Nobody's skin is perfect. I would
pretty
rather teach people how to utilize ingredients that are actually beneficial to their skin. I like my clients to leave knowing something about themselves
Yes.
and how to truly help themselves. Some of them don't even know their skin type. How are you choosing products? Not
So
knowing your skin type.
you don't just buy a bar of soap?
I'll teach you, Matt.
Yeah.
Lever 2000.
Mhm.
No, you got a lot of Lever 2000, zestfully clean. So I guess I compare it to kind of like with mental health therapy, right? People think you go in and they fix you and you leave. It's like, well, there's a lot of work that has to be done. They give you some tools to use outside. So it sounds like you
Yes.
kind of do that too.
Yes.
You
well,
talk about diet and stuff
so
like
if
that.
you really want your skin to look amazing, it really comes down to you.
Yeah.
I can only handle about 20% of it, an increase to your benefits. But the other 80% is honestly because consistency.
So-
you have to be consistent. And most of us aren't in our lives right now.
No.
You know
It's
what I
hard to
mean?
be.
We don't wash our face before bed.
Right.
I'm too tired. I don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with it. But I tell you, it's going to make a difference if you do.
To be washing my face.
I use the pads before bed. Is that bad?
The hydrocolloidal
Alcoholics?
pads.
Yeah, well,
the
they're
acne
meant for
pads,
it. Oxy, or I don't know if it's Oxy or I think it's
the peel ones,
No,
or
the
the
little circular
hydrocals.
Like a
Yeah,
cleaner
yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Those are fantastic.
Yeah.
It actually
know.
is just protecting your skin barrier. It helps draw a little bit of fluid
sure.
in there, but it decreases scarring. I mean, there's so many different benefits.
So
Wow.
for like, what are some basic things that the everyday Joe could do to for their skin? Are you?
Please wear sunscreen.
Oh,
Please.
I got on right
Like
now.
there's so many great sunscreens out there now.
What
But
number? What would be a good
You want
SPF?
a 30
Okay.
SPF, and you want it broad spectrum.
Oh.
So it covers all the rays. UVA is aging rays.
I just thought that was like
You
a
just-
brand name.
You
Yes.
knew you were on
Yeah,
the spectrum.
Yeah,
You
right.
didn't know.
I always
You-
knew I was on the spectrum. but-
UVB is burning.
Okay.
And then there's UVC, which are the cancer causing, or ozone kind of takes care of that
Oh,
for the
wow.
time being. But,
Jeez.
I just want to
Mhm.
emphasize, I never would have thought it was for men. I was like, oh, this is a service for women. It's awesome.
No,
I
it's
go
for
every
everyone.
month. It's a treat. I
Yeah.
mostly
have you ever
ignore
had your
the-
face massaged?
There's a part where
Anything.
You
Yeah.
got sinus issues, you're feeling puffy. The massage part is one of my
Oh,
all-time
you
favorites.
some massage with the.
So usually I start
Oh,
out
man.
with a double cleanse.
Okay.
Then I go into extractions. I do it very, very gently.
it's
The-
luxurious.
And then I go in when I exfoliate. It's usually an enzyme type mask, which I love.
We should do one.
I know.
Get on-
we
get
have
on
to
the
say we should
table.
do this on the air.
You got a little bit of that steam going and the
Yeah.
hot
Oh, I
towels and all
forgot
that.
steam machine.
Yeah.
So you lay
It's
down, it puts
nice.
hot steam right into your
Yeah.
face. Let's say you've been out drinking all night, right?
Right.
And then it's like 2 a.m. Your buddy's got some toots. You're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Now you're all clogged up. You go see her the next day,
Mhm.
dude. It's like sinuses clear, head congestion gone, hangover help. Like, it's so nice, man.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's really great.
Yeah.
Sunscreen's one thing we can do on our own, and you think washing your face before bed is that another thing? What are some
Yes,
other
yes.
regular lotion?
Not has to wash their face twice a day. You can do a rinse in the morning.
Okay.
I suggest double cleansing at night
Oh,
at the very least.
you
want
mean double it? Like you clean it and then clean it?
You have to use an oil-based cleanser and then a water-based cleanser. hmm
Or you learn.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
wear makeup, double cleansing really helps to eat away at the oil without stripping your skin.
Gene Simmons must be a
nutrients and stuff.
nightmare for
Yeah.
these people.
Dude,
People that wear makeup like that.
I would hate to do a gig where you had to go full makeup every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with celebrities meet the kids. with
Yeah.
the kid. It's like, oh, Gene, you got to go meet this kid. He's dying. I need 8 hours. Like, just, oh my God, dude. Just let the kid die. Like, I could not
Please.
put full makeup on it.
No,
every day.
I
And
know.
then what if he never takes it off? I would just leave it on.
It'd just be easier.
That would drive her crazy. He got to
Yeah.
No,
wipe off.
those ones are
He
fun.
can't
Oh, Dr. Pimple Popper. That's a whole world now. There's a
It
whole
is.
culture of
It
people
is.
that
But,
watch.
like, wear gloves. Please don't pop your pimples. I always say don't pick. But
Oh, I
let
did
it
my
out.
whole life.
I mean, your hands have been everywhere. And
Yeah.
Do you really scrub your nails all crazy before you go and pop your pimples?
Dear God.
So yeah, please don't do that. Wear gloves or use Q-tips. That's
Yeah.
my
Or let
little
her
trick.
do it. I
Or
just
come
let
to
her
me.
do it.
Get a nice deep clean.
Danny's
Yeah.
back there doing everything you're saying. He's
What's
he's
the,
exfoliating right now. It's amazing.
Mhm.
What's the craziest pimple you've popped?
There's a question I didn't think we'd ever
that
ask.
was in school actually. So we used to for real.
What grade?
In beauty school, people could come from up the street and we would get
Homeless
to
guy?
practice.
You got a boil?
I wasn't sure what the hell this thing was. I called my teacher over, but it was a blackhead that had basically tunneled underneath and connected to another one next to it. It was wild. And I knew it was a blackhead, but I was like,
throwing up.
am I
Yeah.
gonna pop that thing? My teacher came and I loved her, Miss Rita. She's the best at Continental, swear. But she was like, yeah, and you should have seen the crap that came out of it.
Dr. Pimple Popper and
No, they can do all the things.
Okay.
They're
You
not
could
as-
say Esty too.
and the
Bestie.
local- Mhm. Yeah.
Well, we just got a crash course in skincare.
That's more than
For
I've
free.
ever learned in my entire
Sure.
life.
Sure.
That's true.
You
You're doing
started right
God's
where I
work.
did, man. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
You're gonna touch my face for an hour? All right, let's go.
I think guys like the pampering aspect.
That's
of
what
it.
it
I mean,
is,
everybody
yeah.
does, but
It's nice.
but I think I feel like I'm speaking for all men when it's like, it's not that we don't believe in your services. We don't think about our skin other than,
Yeah.
I got a pimple, I got to get rid
Yeah.
of. We're,
Yeah. Yeah, usually you go to your girlfriends or your wives and say, hey,
Yeah.
can you look at this?
Yeah, what
What's
is
going
that?
on? Exactly. Who's checking your skin that thoroughly, though?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's lots of skin cancers, especially if you don't wear sunscreen.
I go to a dermatologist once a year.
That's great.
I hate it because they always
Oh,
freeze
stop.
shit or inject you and then scrape it off.
Wow.
Yeah, I look like I have impetigo on my chest right now. They chopped off a thing and I don't know.
Yeah.
They're just like, it could be cancerous. I'm like, skin cancer, everyone survives that. Do I really need to
But-
hack it off?
Yeah, you do.
I shouldn't say that, actually. I should be sensitive to people out
Dude,
there.
no.
That,
If that,
No,
I would chop off anything if I thought it had cancer.
no,
I
same,
would
same.
just-
And
Oh,
that's
this,
why I do.
This finger, okay, let's get rid of that.
Cancer, chop it off. For sure.
Women chop off their tits.
They do.
I just as a precaution.
Yeah.
So
Get rid of them early
yeah,
on.
stop complaining about your
I know.
flat man chest.
He did.
Let's train back on the tracks. America's Got Talent's famous Ryan E. Miller is coming to you.
Yeah, a few weeks away.
Hartford to be technical.
Friday, March 21st, 8 p.m. on Burstone Road at the Burstone Inn in New Hartford.
I'm starting to trend.
Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. You got
Yes, sir.
Ryan E. Miller, who we interviewed yesterday, Phil Farda, Will Phillips, who we all love, and Josh Wilbert. So that's going to be awesome.
It is really.
We're going to be there. We're coming.
It is.
You guys
I
are
will.
coming to that? Wonderful. I didn't know if you were available. That's all.
Yeah, I'll make
Let's do
myself
something. We had this
Yeah.
whole talk.
Yeah.
You guys are on the flyer. You sponsored it. We'll
Oh,
do
yeah.
live mentions at the show.
Yeah.
I could have put Mike on the show. I didn't even know
No,
this was
don't-
happening, dude. We'll do
Well,
something for you.
well,
It'll
don't
be
worry
great.
about
It all came together at once. So, and I'm glad it was because
Notice.
we were already talking with Ryan to have him on the show, and then you announced this. I'm like, this is awesome. Let's sponsor this.
It happened
Absolutely.
so fast.
Dude, you don't ever worry about putting me on the bill. I want to come support you. And
I want you there to hold me when I cry. That's
well,
it.
that's what I've always done.
I haven't been
apparently.
on in a minute. I'm going to go up there and eat shit again,
Nah,
just for old time's
Yeah,
sake.
when
like
was the
riding a
last
bike.
time you did a comedy
I don't
show?
remember.
Immediately bought tickets because
I did one
I
with
wanted
you years
I
ago.
wanted to go.
Story's
I-
closing.
Oh,
that,
that was a
yeah,
good
that
one.
was.
You were there for
That was
that.
fun. We were in
Very
that wet room.
It smelled like yeast, beer. It smelled like
It was
a bar after a
the-
rugby
like the
team was there
mash.
all day.
Ugh.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
like,
it's supposed to smell like
We've
that.
got
But
this big bar area. Let's take the hottest part of the entire
That's
it was
right.
so
And then
humid.
It's the middle of the
50 people.
summer. It shows
It
are
was humid.
notoriously
Stale
worst,
beer.
the
That's
worst
worse.
possible environments.
Yeah.
You just like let's put them in the back of a bowling alley.
Yeah.
Or like in an alley outside.
I have such a pet peeve. I was managing a venue years ago, a music venue. And Phil, I know you're totally going to get this. We had this owner that was like, do stand-up comedy during happy hour. I'm like, you can't just throw someone up there to tell jokes as a secondary. People are there to drink for happy hour.
Background.
If you're going to do stand-up, you have seating and you make it an event, because what people don't realize is subconsciously, if you're on your way to a comedy show, you're already mentally ready to laugh. You're in laugh mode. You're
Sure.
in comedy mode, right? If you are on your way to a bar and you're hanging with your buddies, even if you love comedy and someone starts telling jokes, you're like, what the fuck is
Like,
this?
get this crowd of drunks and make them listen to one
Yeah.
guy
Hey.
as a surprise. Oh, no.
And
Not a
people
good
don't
idea.
understand that. You'll see Phil, and shout out to Mike Peters, who does great things with Homebrewed Comedy.
Love Mike.
So
Shout
much.
out Mike.
You can do a pop-up show in bowling alleys and weird places, but you can't just do it. There's got to be a plan. There's
He
got to be
does it well. He
seats,
does it well.
you know?
Comedy can't be a surprise.
It cannot.
That's an important rule.
People don't get that.
Yeah.
So, what's happening with the open mic scene? I know that was really decimated.
Dude, any responsible comic would know that. I have stopped paying attention. I'm so explodingly successful. I don't have time.
Yeah.
I used to do it every Wednesday at the Uptown Theater.
Yeah.
I think the schedule changed, or they either stopped doing it. Something happened. There was a little Uptown drama. That was fun. I like a little
Nice.
local.
I did a show
drama.
at Uptown. I might have done it with you. I don't know.
Because Vermont Harris was on there.
And you were there
It was
again.
you and
You're so
Vermont.
supportive.
It was like a throwback show to Fat Cats. That was the whole theme of that show.
At Uptown?
At the Uptown Theater, yes.
That's right.
I had Beth
Yep.
Combs
Beth Combs
on there. I remember that show. That was fun.
That was
I
a
love
great show.
Vermont. Vermont is a beast.
Dude,
Yeah.
those kind of comics piss me off, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Like, I'm jealous. I'm nervous as shit before a show, no matter how much I rehearse, no matter how long I've been doing it. This guy sat in his car smoking pot, listening to music, and 3 minutes before he goes on, he just walks in and lights the place on fire.
Yeah.
He's that good. I do. He's always DJing live.
He was working. I watched him drive Uber for an hour, and it was fully entertained. I just watched him drive Uber and do karaoke in his car, and I was like, "Oh God, dude! Black guys are so funny.
They are.
They're the best."
Those were great shows. And
But Ramont is a black guy. If you didn't,
yeah,
figure that out. Not a lot of Ramonts walking around.
Not a ton. Not a ton. Phil,
Did you know his brother was on Last Comic Standing? What? He's got a more famous brother.
so he's like Charlie Murphy.
He's somewhat right in the shadow because he has achieved more commercial success.
Ramont is
He's
an
the best,
A-lister
dude.
to me, man.
Yeah, he's the
I don't know
funniest comic
dude.
that I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
That I've ever hung out. He told me
Ramont or the brother?
Ramont.
Oh, Ramont. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have never seen his brother. He's
Yeah.
played Funny Bone and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't get along.
Yes.
At last I knew they weren't like buddy for
Yeah,
whatever
well,
reason. I don't know that history.
That
but,
happens.
But if there's some I'm on Team Ramont, dude.
Yeah,
all day.
for sure.
love
I
him.
have to be.
Yeah,
By
he's
default, I don't
amazing.
even know the
He
other
taught
guy.
me how to
so-
do the box step. That's a dance move.
What?
We went out after Fat Cats one night, and he taught me how to dance. As
Guy
stereotypical.
does everything.
He does it all. Man.
I
It's
mean,
amazing.
it is what you do after a comedy show.
Sure.
Many times.
I'll teach you guys.
I was gonna
after
say,
this.
if I'm all up for that.
I know that.
You know, I know the
Yeah, you do.
Charleston.
I do.
Charleston, look what they done for you, Charleston. That's all I got. Yeah, I'm white.
I went to the Macarena.
Oh,
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I don't know how to do any of the popular wedding dances. Like
the cha-cha
I
slide.
don't even know them. And everybody, I watch the most diverse demographic run to the dance floor. It's
Yeah.
like white old grandmas.
Yeah.
There's children. Everybody knows how to do that. I'm like, where did you learn this? I understand that the instructions are in the song. Where did you learn this? They tell you.
Yeah.
What? I can't follow. How many hops to what direction?
What? To the right. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I'm still
What's-
I
how
just
big
hate
of a
the
slide?
songs.
2 feet, 3 feet.
Yeah.
Give me measurements. I have this thing, and I feel like everybody does. My buddy and I used to say one of our favorite things on the planet is white people dancing at weddings.
Okay.
And I don't
Sure.
mean just the dancing itself. What we love about it is the beginning, right? So always in the beginning of the wedding, there's the nervous, like everyone's quiet and pleasant. You fast forward to the end of the night when Uncle Tom has got the tie on his head. I just love not only the terrible dancing, but the progression from the pleasantries to like the wheels come off. And we
And
used to
the-
send videos to each
yeah,
other.
the
Sober to
confidence, too.
schnockered.
You
Yeah.
could tell based
Yeah.
on what hour and what the bar is.
And
open.
specifically white people, because we're not very good at dancing.
No, it's for a dance.
That's
Just
right.
stands
Yeah.
on the side.
The kids are out. Oh, cute.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine was ordained and he married my wife and I. Well, end of the night, he had the tie on his head and he's dancing. My best man's mother comes up to me and she goes, "Oh my God, Michael." And I said, "What?" She goes, "That priest is grinding with those women over there." And I was like, "No, he's not a priest." Yes, I love everything about that.
It makes me miss Joe Boogie, dude. Because
Oh.
Joe Boogie would dance anywhere, dude. He would just start dancing.
Even
like,
if there was no music.
it'd be like, Joe, we're at the
Especially
deli,
when there's
dude.
no-
Just a non-dance scenario.
That was his purpose, was
Yeah.
to get the party started.
Yeah.
He'd go to events and Saranac Thursdays, just like you're saying, before anybody's really.
Yeah, just you
Before
would be the guy.
Thought,
Yep.
Before the thought that you even could dance at this thing,
Right.
he's out there and you're like, oh, I guess we could dance at this thing.
Setting the trend.
Yeah.
The bands are in the first warm-up chords. You know,
You get the
Yeah.
equipment in. You're
Like,
like,
those couple of dollars you put in your own tip jar just to give people the idea like you should tip. He goes out
Yeah,
there and
yeah.
starts dancing like,
Joe Boogie's no longer with us,
I'll
but
tell
boy,
you what, Joe
we
passed
love him.
away. and
Oh,
he
he
died.
did?
Yeah, he's dead.
They can't shut down all of Utica.
well,
Yeah,
he's dancing
he's looking
in
down.
the afterlife.
He's looking down on us right now. Like, why aren't you dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your skin looks great, but you're not fucking dancing.
The fact that we haven't put on a memorial dance-a-thon yet for Joe.
Well, it's in the works, man.
We're slacking.
Because I love that too. When you walk by a silent and people you can't hear, but
That's a good idea, man.
Yeah, it's trendy.
That's been, a lot of people said I should do something with that. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
clearly we are solving all the world's problems right here today.
Right. News York. That's what we're here for. The good news and the positivity and the cool local businesses that people don't know are here. Phil, if people aren't in the greater Utica area and can't make it to one of your trivia nights, where can they find you and what other kind of special things do you do?
Yeah, so the comedy has turned into a full-scale entertainment business now. So we offer karaoke. We have music bingo. We're a licensed Singo provider. We do the official Singo music bingo nights. We also do a feud time, it's called. It's like a family feud take on trivia. We got a pretty full calendar, full menu of services. You can find them on stagetimetrivia.com. We're in the process. The website's getting a refresh.
Yeah.
So I think maybe I just got the proposal. We're going to be done by the end of May.
Awesome.
And you, in addition to these public events, restaurants and venues, you also do corporate events.
I'm glad you said that because I forgot. Yeah, we do corporate events. We do fundraisers. That's a big business lately. A lot of fundraisers. If you're raising money for dance groups, schools, any kind of charity, we did a lot of animal shelters. If you need a great fundraiser, we sell the music bingo cards at the events. There's a lot of revenue. We did Center Stage Dance Studio in Utica, raised $4,300.
Wow. Jesus.
That was cleared too. That was like, everything was covered and they donated $4,300. Good for them, man. They did a lot of work on that. I give credit where it's due. The organization did a great job. It's a great fundraiser solution as well. All that stuff will be available online. If you're local, you can go to comedycny.com. We're going to combine this. We're taking that. We're going to put all on one website. Our company is now Stage Time Entertainment. And that's what we do now.
Awesome. And that's also where you can get tickets for the Comedy CNY show. March 21st, 8 p.m., Burstone Road in Utica. It's the great Phil Farda, Will Phillips, Josh Wilbur, and Ryan Niemiller from AGT.
Please do that. I want to shout out
Kelly, can you tell us calls to action?
Where would they go?
Yeah, where can we find all your stuff?
We're located right on Route 12 going north in Barneveld, so it's a really convenient location.
A new attitude?
I honestly don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
Well, what's the name of the business?
By Beer.
By Beer.
Yep. And I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. All of my things are located on there.
Awesome.
So
The official esthetician of Good News York, Kelly.
What hours, what days are you available?
I work every day.
You book-
Appointment
you book.
only
Yeah,
though.
you
Yes,
book-
because
book it,
there's certain things that you have to do beforehand, you
Sure.
know, if you got a
course.
retinoid that you're on or something. I don't want to rip your face off.
Right. They're into
So
that.
I try not to. Yeah.
Cool.
That's
Your
awesome.
Your wife came in to see me.
She loves it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's great. Every time she does that.
She comes home beautiful, right?
Yeah. They either come home happy or want a nap.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes.
I do love napping.
Mhm.
To Beauty by Beer, stagetimetrivia.com, comedycny.com.
The
All the
links will be in
plugs.
the description, so you can just click them.
Can we come on again? I want to keep
Dude,
doing this,
come
man.
on.
Are you kidding me?
The drive was closer than I thought. This feels like old school. Boy.
Dude,
This is what we used to do, man.
This is
I
the
love
most
hanging
fun
out.
yet, and that's not to disparage you by any
Oh,
means.
man.
Isn't it weird when your ex meets your new piece
Man,
and they
that's
get along? No, this has been awesome.
Like, you want to start your own podcast? That's just,
Yeah.
bring-
When I leave here, I'm going to be an esthetician. I'm going to have my own trivia
That's
and my own podcast.
That's going to be a genius.
But honestly, and I'll say it right on the air, you don't ever have to ask.
Remember you said that.
You're
That's
a friend of the
recorded,
show,
right?
buddy.
You just go up, dude.
Just show
his,
up.
his job as producer is to fill this place.
Yeah.
Easier.
He'll make my job easier.
I don't go anywhere. I
This
got to
is
look
true.
good everywhere.
I'm so glad.
Professional stylist.
You're such a
I know.
man, dude.
I know.
Like, there's people that try and there's people that just are. And you
Listen.
are.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Mike, Phil,
Yeah.
everybody.
Kelly, Danny.
It's Good News York. We will be back tomorrow with another one. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the first Wegmans opening on Long Island.
That's right.
People down there are losing their minds.
Yeah, where do I get these
For,
cucumbers?
We take for granted.
And we do have guests on the show tomorrow from the Giving Bean coffee shop that's doing some amazing stuff. So I'm excited for that.
Coffee, so that'll
Yeah.
be-
Oh, we know. Dude, actually, how much, I meant to ask you this. How much coffee do you drink a day?
all of it.
You probably know. I just see, it's almost like, you remember when chain smokers would light the cigarette with another,
Well, to
It's
be
like you're
fair, I always
constantly-
have a cup.
and then you leave it.
It's yes, and I set it down. Don't know where it is.
Yeah.
There's a couple drops left at all times,
Mm.
and I'm just wandering around with the cup. But in general, when I think about it, I don't know.
When do you stop drinking coffee?
When I fall asleep,
I have a better question, though, real quick. When you take your first coffee in the morning, what's the time frame before you have to shit?
oh,
'Cause it's like-
Great question.
It's real quick for me.
Whole world wants to know.
I can usually get about half a cup. in.
You because I can't get half a cup.
Crazy, right?
So you've built up your coffee tolerance.
I have a cup at like 10 p.m. because I'm thirsty and I don't think about it. And then suddenly I wonder why I'm awake.
Quenches your thirst.
I'm moments from shitting.
Yeah, I know.
If I want anything with any sort of flavor, it's just going to be coffee. My
Ooh.
wife has switched to decaf. It's kind of like
It's pointless.
alcoholic beer.
Well, I quit drinking, so the NA beer, I'm glad that it's not just old duels anymore, because I do still want to have the taste of a cold beer. You know, here's the thing. I subscribe to Arnold Schwarzenegger's mailing list, all about health and It's been a huge 180 in the coffee study world where more
Coffee is good now.
Sense to actually have benefits.
there's
Yeah,
a lot more benefits than the negative side. So
The
maybe
study was done by Juan Valdez.
sorry.
And with that, this has been Good News York. Thank you guys. This is awesome.
Kelly, we love you. Stage Time Trivia, Beauty by Beer, and March 21st, Burstone Road in Utica, New York. Great comedy show. ComedyCNY.com.
Peace out.